Thanks for tuning back in, or if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining in. My name is Shannon Marlowe. I am a figure competitor. I'm 51 years old, and I have to apologize to all of my viewers out there for disappearing for a couple of weeks. You've probably guessed by now that I have postponed the show. So about a week and a half ago, actually probably close to 2 weeks ago, Rondell and I decided that it was just going to be too much of a push for me to try to be ready for that May 4th show. I don't really know what's different this year other than the fact that I'm going through menopause, but I'm just not losing the weight fast enough, and we weren't willing to do anything that was unsafe to me to speed things along. I'm a natural athlete, so I don't take anything. I don't do fat burners. I don't do any of that stuff. The only thing that I take is dandelion root. I take one of those a day at this point just because I tend to hold on to some water. I will increase that dandelion root before my next show. So just to recap, I was going to be doing a May 4th show. That has now been postponed to July 27th. So I am now sitting 13 weeks out from my next show. So a little things changed with my diet. I was before on about 1,400 calories, so we have upped my calories to between 1,600 and 1,700. We have increased the protein just a tad. I'm at around between 158, 168, just depending on what kind of meat I eat. And most days I'm getting around 150 grams of carbs. We added oatmeal, yay, thank God, back into my breakfast diet. And on the days that I exercise, I am eating about a half a cup of rice also. So that increased my carbs because I was before on about 104 grams of carbs a day. But I think what I'm going to do is, just because I have a vacation planned at the end of May that I want to go have fun on, I would really like to be pretty close to show weight in the next 4 weeks. So I'd like to lose, I'm sitting right now at 135, and I would like to be around 128 when I go to Florida. And that way I can have a little bit of fun, and then when I come back, I'll still be about 6 weeks out from my show, so we'll have plenty of time to knock off about 5 pounds, tone everything back up. And I'm really active when I go on a beach vacation, so I have a paddleboard. I paddleboard every day in the ocean for a couple of hours. I am gonna lift weights. I found a gym, so at least 3 days a week I'm gonna lift, and I ride bikes and I walk on the beach, so I don't really think I'm gonna put on that much weight on my vacation next month. I feel really good about the decision. I was really beginning to get stressed that I wasn't going to be stage ready for this May 4th show. As you guys know, I think I had voiced that opinion in some of my other videos, and I just feel like I'm gonna bring a much better package to the stage in July. I think I'm gonna look good. I'm not gonna have to rush anything. I have plenty of time to drop some more body fat and some more weight and just get everything just tight and looking good. So I'm ready. So I will say, last weekend I kind of went off the rails with my diet, and I just ate everything I wanted for a whole weekend, and I didn't tell my coach until after it was over, so not a good girl there. But I really think that I needed that. I had already been dieting for a solid like 13 weeks by then, and I was really burned out. And the fact that I knew at that point that I had 14 weeks until my next show, I just mentally didn't think that I could keep going. So I feel like I'm completely reset. My body felt better. My mind felt better after my cheat weekend. I went to Mellow Mushroom and had pizza, and I had a beer, and I ate an entire banana split, which was like 1,000 calories. And then the next day we went to a barbecue, and I had a couple of glasses of wine, and I had chicken and steak and potatoes, and I made a key lime pie, which I ate about 2 pieces of. And then on the way home, I knew I was starting back on my diet the next day, and on the way home I actually stopped at McDonald's and got a quarter pounder with cheese with Big Mac sauce on it. So I went completely off the rails. But that Monday following that, I was right back on it, and actually I went low carb for 2 days at about 1,400 calories just to kind of reset my body and kind of get rid of some of the water weight I'd put on through that cheat weekend. And then on Wednesday, I started back at my normal, just kind of sweet potato, tilapia, turkey. I am on the days that I work at the hospital, since I don't exercise on those days, that's 2 days a week. I'm going to go low carb on those days. So I won't have my oatmeal for breakfast. I won't have any rice. I'll probably go back to that sort of like mid 1,500 calories on the days that I work. So like a tiny bit of carb cycling there. And then my cardio, once we decided to postpone the show, my cardio got cut in half. Yay. And so I am now doing, just depending on how I'm feeling in the day, I do anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes of cardio 5 days a week, and I still throw in at least 20 minutes of HIIT 2 or 3 days a week. But I will say I average about 30 minutes of cardio 5 days a week. And then I bought a new toy. I got a Fitbit, which I haven't had, and I've actually kind of been enjoying playing with that. So I've been trying to get my 10,000 steps a day, plus doing my cardio and my working out and all that good stuff. So hopefully all that will just kind of ramp up my metabolism and keep the weight moving in the direction that it needs to move in. So with all of that being said, sorry, I'm being a little wordy in this one. With all of that being said, I am not going to post weekly at this point because I'm so far out, but I am going to post occasionally. So I'll post updates, and I still need to bling out my suit. So when I do that, I'll film that and show it. And I also am in the process of getting makeup. I've ordered some brushes and some makeup from I think it's called cameraready.com, and then I have a list of stuff to get from the drugstore because I am not going to spend a ton of money on makeup. So once I get all of the makeup together, I will film my attempts at putting on stage makeup. And so yeah, so I'll just occasionally post, but when I get to be anywhere between 6 and 4 weeks out from the July show, probably when I come back from vacation, I'll try to start posting weekly again. I just don't have enough content to post weekly for the next 13 weeks. You guys will get bored to tears of seeing my face and hearing me talk about everything because not a lot's going to change over the next probably 6 weeks. So please tune back into my channel when I post, and thanks for sticking with me this far. And I promise I will be doing that July show, and I will be filming when we get close, and I'll show you some pictures. And I have taken a couple of stitched pictures together of me at the 15 weeks out from the show when I first started my cut in in January. Me again at about 7 weeks out from that May show. And then right before I decided to stop doing the May show, so I guess that was right at about 3 weeks out from that May show. I kind of stitched all those pictures together so that you can see the change that I had made. And then I will post some stitched pictures together later when we get closer to the July show to just kind of show you how much more I will change over the next, few months. So you guys have a great day, and please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done it already. And you can also hit the little bell for the notifications when I post new videos. Thanks again. Bye. This is the recipe for my protein fluff. I had put the nutritional value on the title page. So I like to use 1/3 cup of this Thai coconut milk. It's a light milk. You can use any kind of milk you want, almond milk, coconut milk, regular milk, whatever you want. And then I'm going to use 1/4 cup of Walden Farms syrup. I like to combine the chocolate and the strawberry. So I know this says 1/3 cup, but I'm only measuring out about 1/4 cup. And then a full scoop of my protein powder, which is that Pro 7 Synthesis. I like it best. You can use whatever kind of protein powder you want. I'm also going to use this powdered peanut butter. It gives it a nice peanut butter flavor without adding all of the fat grams that come with adding regular peanut butter. I like to use 2 tablespoons of this, which is a serving size. And then I'm going to use a half of a banana. I'll then blend everything up so that all of the ingredients are blended together. And then I'm going to add 17 ice cubes. I know that sounds specific, but I have figured out that that's what works best for my blender to give it that frosty consistency. I'm going to measure out 5 grams of these Himalayan sea salt caramel rice cakes. And I'm going to use that to crumble up on top to give it a little bit of crunch, just for some variety. And you'll see as this blends up, it doubles in size. It becomes quite a bit of volume. I actually can't even usually eat it all at once. I save about half of it and eat at a different meal. But you can see it's that nice, thick, sort of chocolate frosty consistency. And then I sprinkle those rice cakes on the top. It's really tasty, and because it's so much volume, it fills you up, and when you're in a cut, it's nice to eat something that makes you feel full. I tried posting a couple of pictures of me at 15 weeks out, 7 weeks out, and 3 weeks out from that May 4th show. But for whatever reason, the front pictures just didn't show my legs. I couldn't get it to show my legs, but there was a huge change in my thighs in the front pictures. Sorry about that.